Hi, everybody. It's Mary Ellen, and thank you for coming to create with me today. I'm here in the Creativity Nest for another episode of Teach Me Tuesday. If you're not familiar with Teach Me Tuesday and you just stumbled on me, it's a little time of inspiration, a little teaching time, but these are very short videos, so I'm glad you're here and just stay tuned. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about maybe your card making's in a little bit of a slump and you just feel like, oh, I just want to do something different. So today it's all about you and hopefully giving you a little inspiration. So yesterday I was blessed with three of my friends came over, three of the ladies that I used to bowl with, and we're all really close friends. We got together and one of the ladies shared some slimline cards with us, and I thought, this is exactly what I need. It was just fun. We had a great time. We created all these different size cards, and it was just something different. So let me take you down to my desk and show you what we made. And then I want to show you some other inspiration, show you how these can be done in all different sizes. And I'm even going to share a little envelope tip with you. So let me take you down to my desk. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to call these a standard slimline card. That is usually 8.5 by 3.5. So your piece of paper that you start with is 8.5 by 7. Okay, so this is one that you may have seen. This is one we did last year. So this is a retired set, but this is a slimline card. So that it's long and thin. Okay, this is one, these are all the standard size. This is one we did at coffee class one day. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit bigger. I love that card. Now here's the slimline card we did yesterday. And look, we've changed the direction on it. We went horizontal instead of vertical. It's still the same standard size, which is 8.5 by 3.5. And what we did on this card is we did some gold embossing and then some blending. And then we got really crazy and did little water splotches and embossed our greeting in gold. So this was a lot of fun. We had a great time doing this. So again, a standard slimline card. This is one that I created today for Halloween. Super simple, has some blending. Here's my tips on this card. I started with Highland Heather, so I didn't have to do a lot of blending. I just added some gorgeous grape. I added a little basic gray, and then I added with my black to darken things up here. And then you can see around little witchy poo, I added a little bit of the Whisper White craft ink and just blended it to just make that pop a little bit. Added a greeting and a couple of colored rhinestones, and that's all that you need. But it's a simple card, but isn't this fun? Just fun size. So those are what I'm going to call a standard slimline card. Then yesterday we went a little crazy and we did one that was a little thinner. Now, I don't this was actually one that my friend cased from someone, and I don't know who it was. So if this was you, thank you very much. We loved your design. We use the whimsical. Oh, I do that all the time. It's hard when you're on camera. The Whimsy bundle that's in the new mini catalog, and we added a snowflake and some of the shimmer vellum. And this card is 3 by 8.5. So this one starts with a 6 by 8.5 sheet of paper. Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes. 8.5 by 6, and this one so this one's a little thinner. I'm going to compare it. I'm going to show it to you so you can see. A little thinner than the standard slimline cards, okay? Then we made one that was a little larger. And so this one's a Christmas card. It says, "May the sparkle of the season warm your heart and home," using the designer series paper from In Good Taste, and has a little sparkle on it. And then we used the Sparkle of the Season bundle and made some wreaths. We decorated it with some different embellishments, rhinestones, and some of the new stars, and a little bit of this silver twine. Now this card is, let me just look at my notes here. This one's 4 by 9, 4 by 9. So your paper needs to be 9 by 8. Now the nice thing about this, let me bring in a regular number 10 envelope. So here's a regular number 10 envelope. Okay, this card all the cards will fit in this number 10 envelope, a business envelope. This one is made to fit exactly in it. So this one fits perfectly inside a number 10 envelope. So if you really need a lot of place to sign, or you just want a card with a pop, or you just want to add your Christmas photo onto it, this might be the one for you. This one is wonderful. Then lastly, I'm going to show you another Halloween one. And this one is just 6 by 3.5. Sorry, my notes are covered. 6 by 3.5. So you start with one that's 6 by 7, scored in the middle. And on this card, I just did a little bit of sponging, some gold embossing, colored my pumpkins, and added the little moon from the watercolor shapes and a couple of the bats, and says it's Halloween. So this card is just a little bit smaller, and you might want to make your own envelope. So talking about making your own envelope, let me get these out of the way. That's what we're going to finish up with today, okay? I'm going to make my own envelope. I'm going to put a template up on the screen. So go ahead and take a little snapshot on that, because I'm not going to keep that on there the whole time. I'm going to pull in my pieces here, but I want you to take a screenshot of that, because you're going to want to make one of these, and I'm going to show you why, okay? So there's the template. I'm going to go ahead and take that down now. I've taken some designer series paper that's just kind of nondescript. This is actually some that we had for free during celebration. It's no longer available. So what you're going to do, and I wanted to do this with you. So you're going to score at 2.5 inches with your scoring blade, 2.5 inches, then at 6.25. So 6.25, I'm going to have to extend my arm out because it's right there on the line. Score at 6.25, okay? And then I'm going to do 1/2 inch on the end, 1/2 inch. And on the other end, I'm going to do 1.5 inches, which is all the way out to this line here, 1.5 inches. Okay, still just scoring. So now I'm going to have to do a little cutting, and I'm going to bring in my big scissors for this. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, I want to cut out the pieces, and then I'll show you how I trim them up. So I'm going to take out these 4 corners here. I'm going to make sure I'm still on the camera, because I know that I tend to zoom in because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing, and then sometimes I get off the camera. Okay, then I'm going to take out this little 1/2 inch by 2.5 inch little piece here. Okay. All right. So there is my envelope. Okay, that's my envelope. But when I'm making an envelope, I like to trim my edges so that they are not seen. So I do what I call a little wedge, and I go and cut my pieces up, and that way I'm not worried about those being in the way. And I do that on all. It just makes it a nice clean look. I don't have those little pieces hanging out, and it's really up to you how much you take off. You just need a little bit. All right, so all I'm doing is removing just a little wedge to make my envelope look cleaner. And I'm going to get out the pieces right there. So there is my envelope. Now we're going to have to do a little taping, okay? So I'm going to you could use your tear and tape. I always recommend that you use something strong. Just for quickness, I'm going to go ahead and use my Stampin' Seal Plus, which is a strong adhesive, and I'm going to do it that way because I can do it fast. So I'm going to put it right here on the 1/2 inch flap on the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to knead it right here along this right side right here. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to get these turned up before I stick myself to it. All right, so this piece gets folded in like so. All right, then this piece, whoops, I'm sorry, I folded in the wrong side. I need to fold in the one with the adhesive first, silly me. Then fold that in there. Okay, so there you folded that all in. I've got a little bit of adhesive here, but I can take my adhesive eraser and get that off easily. That's just a simple erase just like that. If something's not adhered the way you want it to be, then you can go ahead and add a little drop of liquid adhesive. Okay, so I've got that off there. Then I want to show you how my card will fit right inside perfectly. I'm going to fold that up, seal it, and then there's my envelope ready to send out. So isn't that nice? Just use some of that designer's series paper that you've got in your stash, and go ahead and create some envelopes just like this for your slimline cards. And you can do the same thing for this side. You're just going to cut it down just a little bit using the same template. So I hope that you enjoyed learning about slimline cards, that maybe it's inspired you a little bit to create some different size cards in your craft area. So I'm just popping up my shopping cart. There is createwithme.stampinup.net. If you need anything, there's a host code. And remember, for anyone who uses that host code during the month of October, I'll be sending you at the end of the month some free tutorials. So I appreciate you. Thank you for coming today. I just want to say that I hope that you have learned something new and that you'll go ahead and recreate it in your own studio. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.